Hello everyone, it's Nancy, Paper Moon Tarot, and I wanted to come on and do a quick review of a new favorite deck, AvisomniaTarot by Orla Bird. It's a beautiful graphic style deck, beautiful color palette, very imaginative interpretations of the cards. This is the box cover. I'll try and make everything focus. Gives you an idea, along with the Fool card over here, of the style of the graphics. Just really beautiful art, beautiful colors, very much like this deck. So I'm going to do a flip through the card stock. It's typical standard tarot card size. The card stock is very nice, very flexible, but not too thin, which I don't like. There's the backs. Yeah, I don't like a thinner cardstock, so this one's pretty right on for me. Very nice, almost rose petally. You know, kind of soft in the finish, but certainly not something that's gonna stick when you shuffle or whatever. So let's do a walkthrough of this and let you get a look at this beautiful deck. Obviously, there's a lot of symbols and suggestions of things. You know, the magician is not the guy standing at the table with all the tools, but there's a lot going on in each of these cards. There are also elemental suggestions, elemental symbols. I love this High Priestess with the kind of universe. There's no people really, I don't think, in this deck. Just suggestions of shapes, like this suggests a person, but it's really more of a doorway to something. You will find throughout the deck these vines and plants, which the creator has said are kind of mythical, the made-up plants to populate the cards. And each suit has a different it's a different kind of plant. And again, you can see as I go through this nice soft greens, olive greens, tan. It's just a pretty color palette. And the Hierophant, you know, with the keys and the cross here. So you have the clues for the cards. That's my cat meowing. She must like the deck too, I guess. Jade, quiet, honey. I think she sees birds outside. And this is the Avisomnia deck, so that's Dream of Birds by Orla Bird, so I guess that's appropriate. Here's the Chariot. Strength. I just find a lot of power, you know, the rooted hands, the seeing eyes, and the infinity symbol. That says strength to me in a very interesting way. The Hermit. And again, you're seeing the cycles of the moon for the wheel. There's a lot of eyes in this deck. Justice with 2 eyes, hopefully all seeing justice, not always. And the Hanged Man is a key. So I just find the use of symbols and, you know, this relatively simple but beautiful graphics to show these different concepts really well done, really well thought out. the devil as if this this vessel, test tube almost looking, is holding something that's poisonous enough that this plant is dying. Whatever's coming out of that is dying, which is, to me, a perfect analogy for the devil. Jade, enough cat talk. Thank you. The star. But it's to me a very elegant deck. Very elegant drawings. I think that the use of those plants, the curve of the plants, the growth, adds a lot to the artistic appeal of the deck. Love that 2 cups being held by the hands, toasting each other. And one person's hand growing out of the other person's cup. But yeah, with the lovely color palette and the lovely cardstock and some very interesting use of graphic symbols. It's as if in the 6 of Cups, everything's growing out of this child cup and growing up to become the adult. So the nostalgia element shown in that way. Of course, these are just my interpretations. The creator may have different ideas. There is a small booklet, which I guess I'll pause and show you. Which gives you, your basic descriptions of upright and reversed for each card. And that shows you it's 350 GSM paper. Pause and read that if you'd like to know more about the creator. So, moving on. I think pulling the 8 of Cups when I said moving on was pretty appropriate, huh? Ten of Cups with a differently colored rainbow. So it's a little pippish, but has hints of meaning, shall we say, in some of the graphics on each card. I love the cups. The court cards have fish in there, and fish head and fish or shells or something nautical in their attire. And the swords, that rainbow is a little more jagged. I appreciate a 3 of Swords that does not have a heart and does not have an anatomical heart, which I hate. use of the vines wrapping around the swords brings home that sense of being confined. And again, I appreciate the 10 swords not being in someone's back. Okay, Page of Swords. In this suit, the court cards have butterflies, clouds, anything to do with air, and a bird skeleton head. Come on, Queen. Okay, Wands. Has yet a different flower. But if you are into decks that are a bit pippish, but with some meaning to them and the symbols, elegant, to my mind, this is an elegant deck. It's just beautiful, elegant art. Then this is probably one to check out. The owner, I believe, lives in Zagreb, so you will import it if you live in the United States or anywhere else. But was very, I believe it was pretty prompt delivery and so forth. Okay, in the wands, we have salamanders and some sort of deer, antelope, skeleton. Something to do with speed and motion. And the knight has the salamanders, which are associated with fire because if they live in dead logs, and if you light the fire, light those logs, the salamanders rush out. So they're associated with fire. Queen of Wands has her cat. Okay, down to the pentacles. With yet another kind of flower, plant. Very pretty card. And in the pentacles, we have what I consider more of a bovine skeleton, like a cow or something like that. I don't know, could be a horse. Horses don't have antlers, so. And leaves, or some sort of plant, grapes, growth. And the King of Pentacles. So, a very pretty deck. I am not a good shuffler, as you know. I imagine that this deck would shuffle pretty well. It spreads pretty well. I showed you that it's pretty flexible cardstock. So, the Avisomnia Tarot by Orla Bird. One of my new favorites, and very much worth checking out. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys. Bye.